Rajdeep, the sheer fact now is you are told by one of the members there that it's going to be our narrative versus Modi's narrative. What is that narrative? Will there be at least an understanding on what the actual messaging is going to be by this India alliance? Because right now, there is only one narrative, which is anti-Modi.
Absolutely, and I think that really is the big challenge, Preeti, and we still don't know what that narrative will be. There's much talk about how they want to send out the message that the Modi government has only supported big business, that a lot of the small businesses have lost out, inequality has been increased. Now, all that is very well. But what is your narrative going to be? What is your agenda, a positive economic agenda that you have to address critical issues like unemployment? I don't think that the opposition has really even worked enough on this. That's where the coordination committee will come, we are told. It's at that coordination committee level that attempts will be made to evolve some kind of a some kind of an agenda, some kind of a messaging. At the moment, when you ask leaders, what are you going to come out of the meeting? They tell us about a logo that will be unveiled on Friday. Now, in the last meeting, your name was unveiled. Now it's a logo that's being unveiled. So it's very step-by-step, incremental. I don't think that they have an answer to the question you posed. What exactly is your counter narrative going to be about?
Rajdeep, what about that? What about that bit of a controversy which broke out this morning? A poster which was on Instagram handle of the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi leading the India Alliance pack, inconsequential completely, or just the work of an overzealous Congress worker, sitting and posting pictures on Instagram? Has it unsettled the alliance, or just, on the wayside now already?
Look, I think, from what I gather, this is a storm in a teacup. This is one particular picture which was on Instagram. From what I gather, this is obviously the Congress will always pitch the Gandhis at the center of their frame. But they also point out that in that same poster, there is also a picture where Mallikarjun Kharge is in the center, and next to him is Arvind Kejriwal, while Congress chief ministers are not present. So, I think at this stage, I think the alliance recognizes, and that's the only strength. The real strength of this alliance at the moment is that they've managed to keep their differences for the main part away from completely resulting in a breakdown. There hasn't been any major announcement that suggests that this alliance has been cemented forever, but clearly at least there hasn't been the kind of breakdown that many feared. Remember, Arvind Kejriwal walked out, if you recall, or did not attend the press conference in Patna. Post that, on the ordinance in Parliament, Congress and other parties supported Mr. Kejriwal. So the truth of the matter is, I think all these parties realize they need each other. Sharad Pawar being seen today with Uddhav Thackeray at the press conference also sends out the message. So in terms of their optics in sticking together, they've done a decent job. Their problem is they don't have at the moment a clear message beyond Modi Hatao. And they're going to have to find that message if they have to really address voters who in the recent elections have switched to the BJP.
Fair point. Rajdeep, thank you for joining us. Sahil, appreciate the patience, but I want to pull you back into the conversation. Interesting, Sahil. What was also interesting was that press briefing that the Maha Vikas Aghadi took on the eve of welcoming the alliance partners tomorrow on. Couple of things highlighted very clearly. You had Uddhav Thackeray who said, why can't the BMC elections happen with the winter elections in 5 states? The jibe at the BJP when it came down on the Prime Minister's face. So somewhere down the line, optics-wise, they're trying to at least manage the optics quite well, even though the poster might have, like I said, it might have been a storm in a teacup, but even if it had the potential for slight upsets, there was immediate damage control by the Aam Aadmi Party as well. Even if they had a spokesperson who came out and said, I want Arvind Kejriwal as the Prime Minister, you immediately had press conferences backing it, suggesting that, no, Arvind Kejriwal is not a Prime Ministerial candidate.
Well, interestingly, Maharashtra is a mini model of India, from the opposition's point of view, because this is where the first 3 parties came together and formed the government, and also in the opposition, the main leaders of these 3 parties, including that of the Congress, decided to stick together at this point of time. That's what actually was seen when Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar, after a very long time, especially after what happened in NCP, they had a joint press conference here. And the way the answers were being given, as Rajdeep was rightly mentioning, the optics are being played very clearly, that they are together, even at the time of this great catastrophe on NCP. The election commission they're expecting that the election commission might hand over the name of the party and a symbol to Ajit Pawar camp, the way it happened in the case of Shiv Sena as well. So despite that, we are sticking together. We are talking against Modi, and the narrative which is being created by the BJP and NDA, that if not Modi, who? That is the question which they have started answering in the press conferences. Also, recently the prices of the cylinder were brought down. Uddhav Thackeray is calling it a India effect. The moment India was formed, the government has started taking inflation very seriously, and that's why this cut down in the prices have started happening. With respect to the onion prices, the government has already started acting and putting tax on the exports, etc. All these issues are going to come up. But as I've been saying, even in the earlier question, that for Congress, after this particular meeting, after that, the India is not going to be important. For them, the priority is going to be the assembly elections. And before that, this optics of India has to have some kind of a shape or a model. The first meeting was just for kind of an introduction. The second meeting to give it the formal name to it. Now the third meeting, if it doesn't move forward, if it doesn't show any progress, there will be questions asked, and that is what is the concern raised by some of the members of the India alliances. The Congress is not in a hurry, as right. Rajdeep has mentioned, but the alliance partners, the rest of the parties have been saying that now we have to move on. The first, as I said, the first meeting was for the introduction. The second meeting was to give it a formal name. The third meeting, there has to be something which they have to tell the media or to the people that this is what we came together and discussed. So
especially,
that's why we are expecting that there will be some
where messaging comes into question. What is the narrative you're taking to the people?
India's #1 political reporter
defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV.